life. So car insurance, okay. So car insurance is obviously super important and we all need it, but not everyone driving a car has car insurance, and not everyone that gets car insurance actually gets what they actually need to get. A lot of people basically pay a lot of stuff, and on top of that, a lot of people actually have double coverage, meaning they have, for example, like double health care when their health plan covers something, but they have then the car insurance. The point is, a lot of people are basically overpaying when it comes to car insurance. In this video, I'm going to help you understand exactly how insurance works and how much money you actually need and how much money you can actually save when it comes to car insurance, okay? Like the gecko says, 15 minutes can actually save you 15% more on car insurance, okay? And by the way, I've seen this live, like in real life. I've been in a barber shop before, and somebody comes in and asks the barber, hey, do you think I need a haircut? And the answer is always, yeah, you could use a little haircut, you know, and it always seems like it's so natural and nice and everything's fine. But the answer is, you don't go to a barber and ask, hey, do I need a haircut? You don't go to a real estate and say, hey, do I need a house? Because they will sell you a house. That's what they basically do, okay? So whenever you try to talk to an agent and say, hey, do you think I need this on my entire like policy? They're probably just like, oh, yeah, it's better to be safe than sorry or whatever it is, okay? So the point is, you probably don't need everything that you basically have in your insurance policy that you think you actually need. So as always, guys, like this video and top out, also subscribe and hit the bell so you get notified. Now, the very first thing is, guys, my mom, for example, she has like an insurance policy, and her insurance policy is so crazy. She pays a ton of money, a lot of money, because she wants to get basically all the coverage in the world for everything, because the agent basically convinced her that, hey, it's better safe than sorry. Now, here's an example to help everyone watch this video basically understand why this isn't always like a good idea, okay? So when I was a kid, I went to this buffet. It was like a whole school trip. And the answer was, in this buffet, okay, you get basically unlimited servings of all the food you basically want, okay? Now, these people only had one rule. You can get whatever you want. Fill your plate up to as much as you want to, but if you don't finish that entire plate, if you leave any food on it, then in reality, we're going to charge you a fee. I think it was like $8 if you didn't eat the whole plate. They were going to charge you a fee because they didn't want you to be wasteful. Now, some people were being like gluttonous, and they basically said, I'm just gonna get everything and everything and everything, fill up multiple plates. They couldn't finish it, and then they basically ended up paying a fee. Same thing with insurance, okay? There are things you absolutely need in there, but you don't really need everything. And when you want to have everything, you end up having to pay a fee, and that's not usually what you want. Now, where should you go to actually shop for insurance? The answer is, you usually have two types of agents. You have captive agents. These are people that are limited to selling insurance for a specific company, like Geico, or for example, Progressive, or for example, State Farm. These are agents that work in-house, or they're contractors, and these people basically sell these insurance policies, but they're limited just to those policies. So whenever you ask them about another one, they're probably not going to tell you, hey, you know what? I know you're paying this much over here, but over there is actually cheaper. No, they're not going to do that because obviously they're limited to that single spot, that single company. So captive agents, usually not the person you want to talk to because most of the times they're limited to that company. And they always say the exact same thing, which is basically this call is being monitored and recorded for, what is it called? Like, what is it called? Benefits insurance? What is it called? This call is being monitored for training purposes, something like that. That's the whole quote. The point is, these people are being recorded. They're working for a company. They obviously care about getting money, okay? So they obviously don't want to be fired. So overall, they're going to limit you to just that company, trying to make it work for that company, even though they might have another company that actually has a better deal. Now, the second type is going to be independent agents. These are people that are actually able to shop around and see exactly who has the best deal, the best policies, and they actually offer you a lot more benefits or just potential savings overall, because at the end of the day, all the benefits are the same, right? It's just the prices can be a lot more different. Now, when you think about it, okay, it's like whenever you're shopping, for example, for an airplane ticket, whether it's Google Flights or Kayak or Priceline, whatever you're using, okay? If you go to a website like JetBlue is just going to show you JetBlue flights. But if you go, for example, to Google Flights will basically compare all the tickets out there and offer you the best price for the flight you're actually searching for, whether it's JetBlue or Spirit. terrible, or Delta, or whatever other company. Southwest is awesome, okay? Southwest, comment down below Southwest if you like Southwest, Southwest all the way, okay? But overall, you know, they actually offer you a lot of stuff, okay? So that's basically the difference. You have captive agents, kind of like you go to one company, like JetBlue shows you JetBlue, Delta shows you Delta, but you have, for example, independent agents that show you everything, like kayak.com or like Google Flights. These are airplane websites, okay? So what you actually want to do, like my grandma says, overall is you want to shop around, okay? And by the way, it's not to say that independent agents are going to offer you the best deal outright, because I can imagine these people have, for example, different incentives and reward systems. So they say, hey, you know, State Farm is offering you, for example, this bonus or whatever it is, okay? So overall, again, like my grandma says, you want to shop around. You want to check how much is here. What about this? What about that? Shop around to find out who has the actual best deal. And when you find the best deal, compare it to the next deal. That way, maybe you can actually get a discount, okay? Don't be afraid to negotiate. Negotiation is powerful. Now, here's the third thing I want to talk about, okay, guys? And this right here, I'm going to actually grab my phone because I want to make sure you guys actually understand all this stuff. So when it comes to insurance, you usually have 6 common parts of your insurance policy. You have, for example, bodily injury liability. And by the way, the cheapest part of a policy is usually going to be the liability side. So you usually want to maximize on that. Now tell me, how much money do I actually get or coverage on this side or whatever? The answer is it depends on you and also your state and what the requirements actually are. So you're going to have to do some extra work to actually figure out exactly what the numbers are for you. And you want to compare prices to actually make sure it actually makes sense. Okay. But bodily injury liability is basically if you get injured, it actually helps you get covered, okay? You also have, for example, property damage liability. All these terms are basically like self-explanatory, so don't have to go into detail there. You also have, for example, medical payments or personal injury protection. You have, for example, collision coverage, and you also have comprehensive coverage. That's basically like flood or other stuff that might happen. And you also have uninsured or underinsured motorist insurance. And that's basically somebody hits you and you find out they're not even covered. So now you have to have insurance for another person. That sucks, but that's also something you might actually want to get. But overall, these are the 6 main ones, okay? Those right there are the 6 main ones. So when you go to an insurance policy and they want to get you AAA this, they want to get you this add-on, this feature, this thing, 401k, basically they want to sell you everything. The thing is, you want to get what you need, leave everything else, because you don't want to get double coverage. If you already have healthcare, then why do you need like this healthcare section in there or whatever it is, okay? You know what I mean? So just make sure you're not being doubly like covered. On top of that, compare prices, compare policies, and basically make sure you understand what they're actually covering, because you know, you need, oh, I'm gonna get you $1 million in flood coverage, but your car is worth like $2, okay? The answer is you want to, and by the way, don't go crazy like trying to cover like a vehicle all the way to the full, and the vehicle's like worth like $20. All right, that's the idea. So make sure you get appropriate insurance for an appropriate vehicle. Yes, it's better safe than sorry, but sometimes you're being scammed. Finesse, okay? Here's the last thing I'm gonna tell you guys, okay? So yesterday, I'm out with my mom. I took her to dinner because she's about to leave. So took my mom to like a lunch with my little sister, and I parked somewhere. And this guy comes out of nowhere. He's like, yo, you can't park there. There's gonna be like an agent. He's gonna come by, take the car. You can't park there at this time. Blah blah blah. Go over there. You know, we have parking over there. It's only like $4. And I'm like, I don't trust this guy, but I'm gonna go over there. Okay, so better safe than sorry. Guess what? That guy was basically lying to me. I could stay right there parked, but he told me, hey, over here is better, it's safer, it's this and that. In reality, it's the same exact thing. That's the whole thing. So the point is, don't be finesse. Compare prices, ask around, and make sure you actually get what you need. Paying $400, $500 a month, $300 in insurance when you can only pay, you can pay half, or like save 20, 25%, 30%. The answer is savings are savings, and that's money you can basically put towards your car payment, towards your mortgage, towards your investments, or whatever it is, okay? That's the idea. I almost forgot, put this in the video somewhere around, Paul, okay? Also, you can also bundle and save. I know it's not like a commercial, but sometimes it actually works. So once you're done shopping around and so on, see if you can actually bundle in, for example, your home insurance, also with your car insurance, and see if that actually helps you actually save some money some way, somehow. Because sometimes bundling can actually help you save money. It's not a commercial, but it is true, okay? It's true. Thanks for watching this video. On top of that, if you made it all the way to the end of the video, comment down below car so I know you made it all the way to the end. Like, subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified. Up here is another video. Over here is my face, and as always, long-term team officially out.